just saw this video on X, and it's from Who's Mix. And I believe this is Kayla Nicole. Kayla Nicole is the ex-girlfriend of Travis Kelce, and she was on a runway. And she's beautiful. Kayla Nicole's a beautiful girl, just beautiful, melanated, lovely body, beautiful face, great face card. She's the total package as far as like visually, right? So he asked the question, did he fumble? Now Who's Mix posted this right after Travis Kelce proposed to Taylor Swift. So I just said how beautiful Kayla Nicole is. I said, well, let me see what her net worth is. And I looked it up, and allegedly, her net worth is $2 million. It'd be fantastic if my girlfriend net worth is $2 million. That's fantastic. I'll be so happy. So then I looked up Taylor Swift, and her amount is $1.6 billion. Taylor Swift's net worth is $1.6 billion. Can you blame Travis Kelce? I know Travis Kelce loves the brown sugar. As long as I've known him, all the girlfriends I've seen has all been black women. Beautiful black women. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful women. And usually guys like him, if they're white dudes, if they date black women, it's kind of rare that they go back. Usually, if they do go lighter, they usually go light skin or Latinas, but then they usually don't go back white. They say, nah, that's in my past. So like Robin Thicke, man, he was Paula Patton, and then that bombed on him after Blurred Lines, and then he's been with his chick for a while. I can't tell what she is, but they got a bunch of kids, So Robin stayed true. So that Robin Thicke is kind of an example of what those guys usually do. Travis Kelce went the other way. But usually those guys don't end up marrying a Taylor Swift. Now you have to give up some things. Now Taylor Swift is a solid built girl. Is she as curvy as Kayla Nicole? No, she's not. But she's solid. She's not like she's a stick, but she's solid. But the thing that he really has to give up, like the cookouts, the season's not going to be as good as cookouts. You have to give up that. You got to be playing Uno more often than spades. You have to give that up. You got to be doing the electric slide at the wedding more often than line dances with fans. Pop! No more fan line dancing. I'm sorry, Kelce. All the boys that used to hang out with you, you might get one or two now. And one of them got to be a cool white guy. You got that one brother, but the other one got to be a cool white guy. So, and for Taylor, this is probably the closest she ever come to dating a black dude. Now, Travis and Jason Kelce are both from Cleveland Heights. And Jason Kelce is clearly from Cleveland Heights. You can tell. But Travis Kelce seems like he has sleepovers 4 nights of the week in East Cleveland. There is a Channing Tatum vibe from Travis Kelce from the very beginning. This is not something. This is not a Justin Timberlake situation where Timberlake was in NSYNC and then he became this cool white dude and then he's Man in the Woods. No, Travis Kelce is still Travis Kelce. The difference, though, the Taylor effect of him is he's gone from that crisp fade that he had with Kayla Nicole. Now he looked like one of Backstreet Boys. He like Nick Carter now with the hair. So it's like, right up to the crisp fade, man. So he'd have to give up a lot of urbanisms for that $1.6. But I think he's good with it. But I don't think when you say that he fumbled, like how did he fumble? Listen, Kayla Nicole is a pretty girl, but man, when you get into Taylor Swift tax bracket, that's totally different. That podcast they had him and his brother, the New Heights podcast, it was all right. It was okay. Even now, I feel like the podcast is okay. It's not the greatest podcast. It's all right. And they function that way. They had some fans, and then once he got with her, that thing went to #1. They negotiated like $100 million or $80 million deal for that podcast. That's average at best. But that's because the Swifties came over, and then the other people came over because they probably didn't know him and his brother had a podcast, unless you were a football fan. The bulk of their fans with the New Heights podcast probably came from the Chiefs and the Eagles. And folks who just like them as personalities. But that's about it. That Taylor effect happened, man. They're making money. They're making so much money now. Travis now got he got a clothing line deal with American Eagle. None of this stuff would have happened. I remember before Taylor. I remember, man, back 2016. Yeah, Catching Kelce. Yeah, his dating show, Catching Kelce. It's funny to me that like, all these people just realized who Jason Kelce was when she got with Taylor. It's like, dude, he's been around for a while. He's been this guy for a while. But shout out to him. So no, I don't think how could he fumble the bag? He went from going to Applebee's with Kayla Nicole for a date night to now 2 a.m. in the morning in Taylor's house, beeping the chef. Hey, Chef Curtis, can you make me a shrimp tartare? What you want, baby? Yeah, she just wanted a cinnamon bun. Can you make a cinnamon bun, put those little swirls on it, and sprinkle? She loves that. How long? 30 minutes? I was like, 30 minutes? Okay. He went from Applebee's 2 for 1 at Applebee's, man, to having an in-house chef. What would you do? And plus, let's say something crazy happens, and he messes up and he loses Taylor. I don't think that's gonna happen for a while. Let's say something crazy happens, and he loses Taylor. You don't think he can pick up another Kayla Nicole? Listen, Kayla Nicole is beautiful, but you can find a Kayla Nicole in Cleveland. Halle Berry's from Cleveland. You can find Kayla Nicole from Cleveland, Oakland, Detroit, Atlanta, Miami, hell, New Mexico. You can always find a Kayla Nicole. As pretty as she is, she's not the only one that's out there. And that's bring up the idea about the prenup. I am fascinated what the prenup would look like. Because Taylor could have the ironclad prenup where what he comes in with, that's his money. And what she comes in with, that's her money. And when they get divorced, he gets nothing. And there's other prenups I've seen for guys who got a lot of money. They have these clauses where each year they're married, they get a certain amount of money. 500,000, million, million and a half, 2 million. I wonder if he'll ask for escalators. It's like, hey, baby, look, I want to sign this prenup, but can we add some escalators? Like an NFL contract. If I get so many catches, I get like $1 million. So if we have sex maybe 6 days a week instead of 5, I get $1 million escalator. That'd be so great if you have escalators in this contract. Or sometimes I tell the chef go home and I make my mean spaghetti. Do I get an extra 500,000 for that, baby? The first prenup with escalators will be amazing. Amazing. But also, he can't cheat. He can't do nothing wrong. Like, hey man, I'm sure when he first got with her, he was going through the brown sugar withdrawal. I'm sure he did. He probably went through a little brown, some brown sugar withdrawal. But I think he's fine now. But you got to think, when it comes to him and the ladies, he can look. I don't think Taylor would mind him looking. But don't touch. Unless they got some type of understanding. Look, but don't touch. Because if he ever cheated, she will drop him in a millisecond. She's done it before. She's had a lot of boyfriends before. This is the first time I think she's engaged. If I'm wrong, Swifties, of course you'll let me know. But he can't cheat. Because if he cheats, she'll drop him, and then she'll make a 3-album arc. He'll give her enough albums for the rest of the decade. They'll have the Love album, the Heartbreak album, and Lemonade Part 2. Love, Heartbreak, and Lemonade Part 2, man. Nah, he can't. Nah, I think he's smarter than that. Because this is like his golden parachute, man. Because most people felt like that Travis Kelce was going to retire this year. They felt like, because they got beaten in the Super Bowl, and they looked horrible. And he was wearing down. He didn't have any impact on the Super Bowl. And I think people felt like, well, maybe this is the last year. He's with Taylor Swift. Maybe it's time for him to retire. But he chose to come back. I think he said he can't go out like that. So I do think Kansas City is going to make another run. They'll probably make it to another Super Bowl, unless, if Buffalo finally gets themselves together, or Baltimore, or even Cincinnati, if Cincinnati finally gets a defense. But Kansas City is probably still the leaders as far as going to the Super Bowl. So I think he wants to win another Super Bowl. If that's the good way to cap his career, winning Super Bowl than marrying Taylor Swift. But I don't know if they'll get there this year. So he's still, if that's the storyline, that would be the greatest storyline ever. If he wins the Super Bowl and then marries Taylor Swift. And I do think they might get married earlier than most people think. Because she's 35. So if they're planning to have a family, if they're planning to have more than one kid, they got to do that fast. So I wouldn't be surprised if they sneak off and do a Vegas wedding or get married in New Mexico or someplace like that, and then start having a family. Now, again, I don't know. She might not want to have kids. He might not want to have kids. They might just be married. I don't know. But if she wants to have a kid, they got to do that fast. Especially if they want to. It'd be better if they have them before she turned 40. So what do you guys think? Did Travis Kelce fumble by losing Kayla Nicole? Or are you like I am, that you love ordering shrimp scampi from the chef at 2 a.m. in the morning with my billionaire fiance? What would you do? Applebee's 2 for 1? Or shrimp tartare at 2 a.m. in the morning with my love?